What's next for Jake Paul, aka the problem child? After his knockout mastery over Tyrone Woodley in their second fight on December 18th, people are asking what's next? What's next for a fighter who continues to draw the attention of big name money fighters in a sport that's often dominated by reputation and your name? Let's get into it. Hello to all our viewers around the world. My name is Shiraz and welcome to Montego Boyz. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button, like these videos, and turn on your bell notification so you get the latest scoop on all the wonderful things happening in the world of entertainment. Let's go. If you watched last week's fight between Jake Paul, Tyrone Woodley, then you're probably asking yourself, now what? Regardless of what you think of Jake, frankly, I really don't think he gives a damn about what anyone thinks of him. Whether you like him, loathe him, Jake has done exactly what he said he was going to do, and that's win. He's had 5 professional fights, 4 by way of knockout, 1 split decision, and there's no hint of him slowing down or taking a break either. Now, I've been waiting to weigh in on the Paul brothers for quite some time now, but before I go there now, if you just happen to have crawled from underneath a rock or were living in a forest all your life, not that there's anything wrong with that as per se, but if this is your first time hearing of the Paul brothers, then I should tell you that these brothers come from an entirely different background altogether. This is quite unorthodox as it relates to the sport of boxing, because normally the boxers that we're privy to have come from a long pedigree or a long amateur background and spent years and years of dedication to their sport, to their craft. Not the kind of stories that Jake and Paul came from, but both Jake and Paul have made their names and fandom through being very famous YouTubers and social media personalities with experience in acting and music as well. Now, you normally don't see too many boxers who've had that kind of success like they have had in a short little time that they've been flirting with the industry. Now, that's neither here, that's neither there, but one thing's for certain is that the Paul brothers are for real, and whoever dare stands in their path, they're going to get what's coming to them. By the way, did you guys see that championship belt that Jake was sporting with him in his social media posts or this pre-fight, post-fight interviews? The most valuable boxer belt that was designed by probably one of the most coveted artists of our generation, Alec Monopoly. It boasts a Hermes Birkin bag sewed into the side of the belt, and you've probably seen that diamond encrusted Cartier and Rolex watch.
This belt is for me. That's why it says for Jake Paul right here. But this is the most valuable boxer belt, designed by Alec Monopoly. We got a diamond Rolex on the side, a diamond Cartier on the side, and then the Hermes Birkin bag sewn into the side for the most valuable boxer of this generation.
So what's a game plan? So what's next for these guys? I mean, that's what everybody wants to know, right? So, I mean, I would assume a title fight would probably be something that these guys have set their eyes on. I mean, for that to happen, they'll need to up the ante and start fighting some active fighters on the circuit. Keep in mind, Logan Paul's actually went toe-to-toe with arguably one of the greatest boxers of all time, Floyd Money Mayweather, back in June of this year. And then prior to that, he lost to another YouTuber by the name of KSI. Having said that, he did quite well. I mean, he held his own, and so now the debates are going to begin, right? Conversations are going to happen, and people are going to start to people are going to actually call out who they think would probably be a viable opponent for both Jake and his brother Logan. So, like, here's what we know. Jake was originally supposed to fight Tommy Fury, the brother to the current champion, the Gypsy King, the WBC World Heavyweight Champion, linear champion Tyson Fury, but unfortunately for Tommy, he had to pull out weeks prior to the fight due to a bacterial chest infection and broken rib. Now, that didn't sit too well with Jake's camp, because Jake fired back saying that a boxer, especially of Tommy's caliber, should have been able to persevere through his injuries and fight. He also went on to say that he missed a golden opportunity of a lifetime. Now, Jake has been fighting every 4 to 5 months, and claims he hasn't taken a proper break after a very long time. So that's something that he'd like to do and take this holiday time to spend with his family. However, Jake did have a message for Dana White. Let's check it out.
To do, and then he'll tell us all what he wants to do.
What do you want to say to Dana White right now?
I just knocked out a 5-time UFC champion and embarrassed your whole company. And please let me get Kamaru Usman. Please let me get Diaz. Please let me get Masvidal. Please let me get McGregor. Because I'm going to embarrass them too. I promise you that, Dana. I promise you that.
Now, other social media posts show the fighter calling out other fighters, like even Canelo Alvarez. Like here.
But there is one man who wants to take that title away from him, and that is YouTube sensation Jake Paul. Whilst preparing for his undisputed super middleweight title fight against Caleb Plant on November the 6th, Alvarez was asked whether he'd be willing to face Paul in the near future.
The YouTube sensation Jake Paul is out there, and he has said that he has a goal within 3 years to fight you. Do you think that could ever happen?
We don't know. You never say no, so we don't know. He can try and keep going fighting and learn, and we'll see in the future.
There's also reports of Jake Paul in previous social media posts calling out even guys like Mike Tyson's son. He's called out, obviously he's called out Tommy Fury, but he's also called out his brother Tyson Fury. He's even called out other UFC fighters like Nick Diaz and Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman is brutal. Now, he claims, Jake that is, that he would beat Kamaru Usman, and seeing that he feels that he's already embarrassed the UFC, he feels that he could do it again. So that would be an interesting match, that's for sure. No matter how you look at it, Jake held his own. He took on a former UFC champion, Tyrone Woodley. He fought him twice, and although the last match in some people's eyes may have looked like it was going in the favor of Tyrone Woodley, Jake came out with the signature right hand and a flush right against Tyrone Woodley's jaw and knocked him out. I mean, pictures are worth 1,000 words. You can see it. It is what it is. And again, it's another victory in the camp of Jake Paul. And it's only going to add to his confidence. And here's the thing, the long and short of it, I think this is a good thing for the sport of boxing. I think this is a good thing for sports entertainment.
I think it's very good for the sport of boxing. For non-sporting people who are very famous in their own right, to come to the sport brings new fans, brings new attention.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time since we had any drama, especially in the light and heavyweight divisions in boxing. I mean, the last I can remember, we had the Klitschko's, and it's been a long time. Let's leave it at that. And I think for what this is worth, Jake and his brother both have a knack of marketing and promotion, and they seem to be doing a heck of a job getting under the skin of a lot of these fighters that are out there. And you know what? It's starting to drum up a lot of interest as well too. So needless to say, if they fight again, or if the brothers fight again, which is not a matter of if, it's more of a matter of when, it's going to be a blockbuster pay-per-view event. And there's going to be a lot of money thrown all around, and I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. So I personally can't wait to see who it's going to be. And in the meantime, I think that's a wrap for our video. I want to thank you guys for joining in, and I want you to smash the like button, share your comments as well. Who do you think it's going to be? Who do you think will be the next fighter? Could it be Tommy Fury? Could it be Tyson Fury? Could it be Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr.? Could it even be Deontay Wilder? I mean, who knows, right? It's all speculation, but share your comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. And in the meantime and in between time, that's it. Another video. We'll see you in the next one.